quick comparison review of two LEATHERMAN multitools, one being my own LEATHERMAN one-hand tool, and the second one I borrowed from a friend of mine, LEATHERMAN Wave. I will talk about main distinguishing features of both of them. So, the most important, on my opinion, is the alignment and let's say the design of LEATHERMAN one-hand tool and the way it compares to every other LEATHERMAN in LEATHERMAN's lineup of multi-tools. And that design is, I would say, practically different, and that was the main, a deal breaker feature for me. So imagine you want to grab something of the size of this socket, 17 millimeters, from outside, or whatever else similar to the size of this socket, or maybe a little bit larger. And in such cases where you are looking for a multi-tool, particularly with pliers, not just a Swiss Army knife like Victorinox, where you have a cork opener and screwdriver and scissors and everything else, but you particularly need pliers, then on my opinion the one-hand tool with its design fits much better for applications like grabbing something big. Look, if you take this LEATHERMAN, you can see that the pliers itself are closed and the handles are really tight together and also closed. And with something as big as the socket of 17 millimeters from outside, with these grooves, I can grab and hold easily. Look, this is my palm. I don't have a huge palm. This is a typical size 9, and I can grab all the way at the end and apply really good amount of pressure to hold this particular socket. When it comes to LEATHERMAN Wave or any other LEATHERMAN, when the pliers are closed, your handles are already open at a certain angle, and socket at the same exact spot at the grooves is not convenient at all. At the very end I cannot grab. I'm trying to extend my palm and I can only hold now with the fingers, with the end of my fingers, and here my thumb goes over but not the entire palm, and I cannot really apply so much pressure, because when I do apply pressure my hand slides over to the very beginning of the pliers, and this was the deal breaker feature for me, and that's why I bought in particular the LEATHERMAN one-hand tool. Alright, talking about the other tools, I would say that the Wave is really great option. It has all the tools you may ever want. Pliers, all the other tools are, of course, since this is not a one-hand tool, manageable multi-tool, because you can try, of course, to open it with one hand, but that is a little bit of not as convenient as LEATHERMAN one-hand tool, when you can just okay, if I try not to hit my camera, then what you can do is just throw it away, and then you get your tools ready. And in a one-hand tool you can access any tool, every single tool you can access, even with the gloves on. So the pliers are closed. I will just hold on. Okay, I will open. I can also open without flipping, because here you have buttons over here, so I can also open just by but really, in reality, flipping works extremely well. So once the pliers are open with one hand, I can do everything with one hand, and the pliers are springed, so you have a spring. Then, if I don't need the pliers, I can open a small screwdriver with one hand. Then if you look, I can open then by flipping. I can open the Phillips screwdriver with one hand and close it conveniently with one hand. Then by flipping the tool I can open the can opener. I can open the bigger screwdriver and everything, like knife, like what is that, wood saw, and everything I can do with my gloves on and with one hand. When it comes to this device, okay, quickly accessible is knife. Then quickly accessible is the file, a nice file, but I cannot really open the nice file over here with one hand. I need to have my, in case I have both gloves on my hand, then I definitely need to use my second hand, trying to use my nail and open, in this case is a saw. Then on other side I can only get the knife quickly, the serrated knife, with my one hand. Then if I do need to get a file over here, then I don't have a big cutout to reach the file with my hand. I need to use the other hand and my nail to take away the file. Then if I need to open the Leatherman Wave, I can kind of make it also with one hand, but then the other tools are hidden inside over here, and then I also need to use my nails. With this thin glass with a rubbery coating I can kind of make it, but if I were to have bigger leather gloves, then I would definitely need to take them off. So here you have scissors, which I honestly miss in my one hand tool. I don't have scissors. I have a teeny tiny screwdriver for your precision works, and I was told by the owner of this tool that this teeny tiny screwdriver has the Phillips screwdriver and the minus screwdriver at the other end. Phillips is not that much usable and it wore out pretty quickly, but the one with the minus profile is quite usable. But still, I need to have both of my hands engaged to get the tools out. Then I can also have here a big screwdriver. Then you have a locking mechanism over here, which you need to squeeze and bring the tools back, like so. And at the other end I still need to use my second hand to get a big screwdriver out. This has a bit where I can flip the tool. I can have a minus screwdriver, and I can also have a Phillips screwdriver. And then I have a can opener, which I again need to really penetrate deeply, and I cannot make it now with this glass. So I need to grab something and take out the can opener. And since, okay, let me switch. And since I really wanted a Leatherman for my work on board the vessels, like a seafarer, where I often have gloves, basically always have gloves, and those are not necessarily the thin gloves with a nice rubber coating, but just the bulky leather gloves, I really needed a tool where every tool will be accessible with one hand, worn in thick gloves. And in my opinion, the Leatherman one hand tool with its great set of tools wins the game, in my opinion. I also have over here replaceable plier wire cutters, so if those wear out I can purchase them from Leatherman. and I still have all the tools like serrated knife available, which is great. I have a knife with a plain blade, I have a tiny screwdriver, I have then a bigger minus screwdriver, I have a Phillips screwdriver, then I have can opener. I also have this really nice hook, which is cool for cutting the tiny ropes. And here is the oxygen opener spanner over here in this hole, oxygen bottle. Okay, and here is the tiny minus screwdriver. I would say medium size. And of course, just a can opener, and here you have it. And I would say exactly because of this single feature with design, which allows me to grab and hold much bigger nuts, or maybe even the sockets or whatever in size, makes this Leatherman one-hand tool a win-win multi-tool for those who really think that they will benefit of having such tool with more versatile pliers. So that was it, and I would like to thank you to my friend. I hope he will be watching this video, for letting me make a review on his Leatherman Wave, a great tool for its purposes, for the people who like this kind of tool. You have to be aware that the pliers over here does not have a spring, so they are only 100% manual operated pliers, where this has a spring. And I can tell you that after using this tool for quite a bit, I would say like for I think 3-4 years at least, the spring on the pliers did not really wear out. It's still nice and functional. And if you need to see the real test of the serrated knives in Leatherman blades, I will get a link in the pop where I cut a huge, really tough and nasty mooring rope with a Leatherman, with exactly this knife, with exactly this blade, a serrated knife on Leatherman one-hand tool. And I would say that is all for me. I need to go back to my job. Thank you for your thank you for your time, and smash like and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more reviews about tools and gadgets and electric cars, etc., etc. Thank you. Bye.